So what we're looking at here is what is eventually going to be a chicken coop. And we need the chicken coop because we need to reclaim our barn. I need to be able to use the barn for, well, parking barn stuff in and so on. And it's annoying having all the chickens in there, having to go out there and close the door every night, etc. So anyway, the chicken coop is going to be extremely useful. Now, it's still in production and has been for quite a while just because, well, I'm working 12-hour days, 6 days a week sometimes, and, I don't have an opportunity to come out here every day, every night because I'm working 2 jobs, basically. But anyway, Danielle has made some wonderful strides. You can see we got sectioned off, or, the different breeds, and anyway, it's going to be a chicken coop. We just have to get the rest of this done, a couple panels on the wall, build the trusses, and then we will be on our way to a chicken coop. But there was a problem. A big problem, as a matter of fact. So I have in my hand this trusty, ultra reliable, you know the name. You know what it says. Right there. You can't get a level more accurate. And I have this trusty reliable level that I have used. That's a 1/4 of a degree off. You can't get a bubble level that accurate. Let's check this one over here. Almost the same. So almost perfectly level. But when you come over to this one right here, that is really off. But it's not off because we didn't level it, because each and every single one of these, as I put them into the ground, I leveled them. That's not the reason why this one is not level. Hang on just a second, let me move this ladder. Now I know it's hard to pick up on camera, but this board is actually bowing to the left as it goes up. As it goes up, it's bowing to the left. It is not leaning. It is not as if it went in the ground, crooked or whatever. It is not leaning. It's actually bowing to the left. And you can kind of see where it starts doing it. I know it's hard on camera. Starts doing it right about right here, and then just progressively gets worse and starts bowing out, or inward actually, the higher you go. And it's really off at the top. I mean, really off. You could see just how bad it is up there. So here's our dilemma. What the heck do I do about it? Because this is actually where one of the doors is going to be hinged. So there's going to be 2 entry doors. One right here, one right here. This one will be just fine, but this one is going to be way off. I mean, it's going to look absolutely ridiculous because it's just not going to be lined up. Nothing's going to be plumb, whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, it's really bad. I'm going to see how bad it is up there. Turn this around. Let me see here. 87, about 87 degrees. 3 degrees off on the top, which doesn't seem like much, but it is a considerable amount. And at the bottom, let's see what we got for the bottom. We are, looks like about a 1/2 degree at the bottom. So it is bowing as it goes up. Not good. And we didn't notice it until, maybe a week ago when we were looking at it. And we said, what the heck? Well, I went around and checked all the others and they're fine. It's just this one. And again, it's not because I put it in leaning, it's just because the whole 4x4 started to bow inward. So my question is, how do we fix this? I saw some YouTube videos of people who had a deck and they made relief cuts all over the place. They put boards in between other boards to push it out. Well, as you can see here, because this is where the door is going, we don't have any other boards along this row. It's not like I can take, a 4x4 here and push against this and slowly push it out. That's not possible. There's no way for me to do that because I have nothing to anchor it to. Now, a suggestion that my neighbor had was to run a sprinkler on it. Run a sprinkler on it, set it up high, run it on low so it can trickle down. Obviously get those boards off of there so they don't rot. And use my tractor with a winch, and park it over here somewhere and pull on it 1/10 of an inch every, 8, 10, 12 hours. Pull on it from the top so that it will slowly work its way back. I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm really fresh out of ideas. This is not something we can just work around. I mean, you can see the boards, there's a big gap here in the board because it's coming away. Again, the door is going to be mounted here, so the door is going to be all wonky and crooked. It's not going to close straight. This isn't something we can work around and hope for the best. This is something that needs to be fixed. If it was any of these others, I wouldn't be worried about it at all. We wouldn't be. We could either brace it or we could get around it, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. But this one here is critical because it's actually got the door hanging from it. So, and I'm also concerned that it's going to get worse, that if we try to use things like shims and whatever to straighten it out, that it's just going to get worse. Clearly, there's a reason why this one 4x4 out of all of them is bowing inward. I mean, there must be. The way that it was drying, we don't know. It was straight when we put it up there. Believe me, I would have looked at it and said, holy crap, this is way off. And it just started bowing inward. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm looking for ways to fix this. Last thing I want to do is rip that out of the ground. I mean, I don't have anything here that's capable. I mean, even that tractor over there with its lift, it'll probably break something by the time this comes out. I mean, it's in the ground quite a ways, so I'm concerned that I would break something. I mean, that would be a last resort anyways. If there's another option, great. If that's the only option that we have is to rip it out and start over, fine. If that's what I got to do. But I was hoping there'd be a solution. What do you think of that whole winch, the tractor, pull on it from the top, run some water down it, and try to straighten it out? I mean, the worst case scenario, it breaks off. I mean, what else am I supposed to do here? It's either going to break off or we got to yank it out. I don't know. So what do you think? I just don't want to go to all the trouble of trying to find somebody that has a lift that can actually pull it out. And then from there, have to get another 4x4, get some more concrete, let it cure for, 3, 4, 5 days before we can put a door on it. I mean, it is what it is. I'm hoping for something a little more simple where I can just hook the tractor up and let it pull it out slowly with the winch. I don't know. What do you think? What are our options here? Otherwise, this thing is going pretty good. We have to do the trusses here pretty soon. Building our own trusses. So we have to do those pretty soon. But yeah, there you have it. Got some extra boards too. I don't know why we ordered some extras. I guess there's nothing wrong with that. This will be treated from the outside, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this thing done. We need to get them in here and enclosed, and we've got this fence down here to prevent anything from digging in, because we do have predator issues out here. I'm not talking about coyotes. I'm talking about raccoons. And that is one example. That would be one of our chickens that got caught up from a raccoon. Some of our birds are easy to get a hold of, so we are trying our hardest to get this done so that we can get them all locked in every single night, and there's no way for anything to be able to dig in, dig under, dig around, go above, etc. This will be their new home, and it's pretty big. It's 16 by 20, so it's a pretty good size. Anyway, that was it. Just that one problem we're having. Just wondering if there was any quick solutions. Thanks for all of your support as always, and take care.